What is going on, everybody? It is your boy Al. I am the owner of the Underdog Dynasty Kennel, the founder of the Behind the Breeding podcast. And today, man, I just wanted to take some time out to, man, just reflect on this journey, this path, the breeding, the puppies, the content creating, getting monetized. I just wanted to take the time just to address all of you because I know we haven't been dropping new content, especially for Behind the Breeding, and just getting some nice shots of the dogs and the things that I used to be so passionate and loved. It's crazy when you see how things have progressed, the journey, and I just wanted to take some time out to, first and foremost, address you guys, let you know what's going on, what our plans are, and just shoot it straight, man. I've prided myself, well, I would say pride, that's not a word, but I pride myself on being as transparent and as clear and concise as I can on camera, and I just wanted to take this time out now that I have some time to be able to drop this message, man. And yeah, don't forget to like, comment, and sub to the channel. Check off the bell notification icon to become part of the family, and let's get into the video. First and foremost, man, I give all the praise to the Most High, Jesus Christ. I thank him for everything that he's given me. On this road, I've really found out the things that I'm passionate about, but also my faith and the big time character development I've had in becoming the man that I've ultimately become to this point, and having these obstacles and these challenges that have presented themselves to make me into the man that I envision myself becoming. And first and foremost, I hold myself accountable in everything, right? I look back at the breeding, and first and foremost, did we get what we were looking for from the breeding? As of right now, I would say we did. And on one of those puppies, his name is Big Bodega, our keeper, he seems to really embody everything that I was breeding for when I paired up Ghost and Chanel. And he looks like he took the cross of both parents, but he got the extra added juice that I was looking for, combining the pedigrees and basically taking the old stuff, line breeding it together, right, with these iconic dogs, but bringing it together with something that's more sauced up, a refined version of that blood. And it seems like Bodega really took what we were breeding for. And it's not just him, Buddha as well looks really, 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 really dope. And so does Coco, the brindle female. They look amazing. We ended up pet homing Roxy, and we're going to pet home the one we call Big Bertha. She looks phenomenal, looks a lot like her grandmother, Layla. But, it's just right now I'm at that point where it's just like, I don't know if I want everyone to get hands on the dogs that I produce. And I just say, you know what, man, we're just going to pet home, and that's it, man, from the beginning. But I say all of that because when I reflect back on the breeding, I really wish that I would have done some of the things that I've learned today, right? Like, I really wish I would have taken my program way more serious. I wish I would have had my garage fully done. I wish I would have had 2 whelping boxes done. Getting the system prepared for the cleanup. I would have absolutely put a 2-compartment sink in my garage, and I would have renovated the whole garage. I set it up with kennels, the whelping areas, the incubating tank. I would have had it all, man. The heat lamps. I would have set it up the way I should have, and I felt like, for me personally, being that this was my first breeding, obviously you learn as you go, but I think that I really underperformed in what I could have provided for these dogs. I really felt like I could have taken it up to another notch. And I felt like I didn't uphold that standard for what, I want this to be. I want this to be the best of the best. I want this to, this program to really showcase itself amongst others and really take it up to another level because of the love that we put into these dogs, the passion that we put in, but the way we try to fine tune these dogs and make them smarter, make them better, make them more confident, these things. And I felt like I really underwhelmed in that area, Like I said, knowing what I know now, I would have absolutely got my garage done. Floors finished, it got everything done that I needed. It would have helped with the cleanups. It would have helped become more efficient. I would have been able to transfer them from one box to another, and I would have been able to just have one box done. Instead of having the same area cleaned up all the time, I could have just done one at a time. And it would have saved us so much time in the long run. And that's another thing, man. The cleanups take a long time. As I reflect, right, because that's just, being transparent, right? Things that I could have done better. But even if I look back and I'm just being honest and I'm, what we call keeping it a stack, I really would have went a different approach with how I marketed these 2 dogs. And I say that because they're really, even though we got interest, man, when we're talking about legitimate interest, you have to understand that I put 3.5 years of my time, my hard work and energy into this. And we struggled to find homes. That's just what it was. And the Most High, Jesus, he really hooked us up, and he found us 2 more homes after we had 2 people drop out. And we ended up keeping 2. Well, obviously 1, and the other one we placed with my wife's family. And you know, I really thought that in this market, given how much work and energy I put into marketing these dogs, that we would have had more of a market. It turns out we had but no homes to choose from. We had to settle. And it's not that that's a bad thing, right? Because God places people into your life. He places the right clients into your life. And that's where those puppies are. They were destined to go, right? But I do feel like given the caliber of dogs that I had, breeding them together, understanding what was behind them, I really thought that there would be more of a market for them, and definitely a market where we could choose the homes, you know, and it turns out we didn't have that. And obviously we have to breed to get to where we want to be. But at the end of the day, it's just, when I think back of how I marketed Ghost, I would have went about it a different way. I would have promoted him in front of everybody. I would have brought him out to bigger cities. I probably would have traveled out of state with him. I definitely would have got more just solo clips instead of trying to do the cinematic edits that I was doing. Just solo clips of him, solo clips of Chanel. Probably putting Chanel in the show ring would have been a better idea for me, you know, getting her out there, showcase her, because she was already trained, you know. These are things that I really wish now, obviously now that I'm living in it, these are things that I wish I would have done. And when I look back at our journey with Chanel, I really wish that I would have done better by her, man. I would have brought her to New York City. I'd have brought her to Times Square. And I think that would have helped in selling puppies, getting them out there. And, you know, I hold myself accountable for that. It's just been really, 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 really difficult to get the time. As you know, I'm a father, so it's very difficult. I'm doing a bunch of things at once, and it's a lot, man. And yeah, as I reflect back on the breeding, man, those are some of the things that I would have changed and made it better for our puppies to be more successful. Definitely, when you think you have everything in alignment, trust me, you don't. You basically just best to wing it at this point, because you realize that, man, as much as you think you know, you don't know. And yeah, this breeding thing has just been extremely humbling to me, and it's something I'm forever grateful for. Just to be able to see the productions, to be able to see your work, to be able to see the energy you put into it, I'm just beyond grateful, man. And yeah, that's just my reflections on the breeding. So going forward, what is the plan of attack for the Underdog Dynasty Kennel? What has happened with the Behind the Breeding podcast? What are we doing? Are there any breedings up next for us? And these other things, right? So I'm going to sit here and I'm going to be 100% honest with you. All right. And obviously I hate the fact that I'm looking down, but got to look at it in the camera when I say this. But the way I look at it is, with every business, there's a red and a green element to it. How are we able to stay out of the red and be able to have the business run itself? Okay, well, we're not consistently in the red. And right now, I can tell you this, I barely made out. And the way I look at it is, I have another baby on the way, a newborn baby. I have my son. I have now 3 dogs. The way I look at it is, we need to be able to keep this in the green to be able to do this and be able to facilitate having the business fund itself. So when I think about the plan going forward, I was going to keep a female from this breeding, and it turns out the way this market is right now, it's best that I kept the stud. It just so happens to be that the stud ended up being the best dog from the litter in its totality up to this point. We're now at the 11 weeks mark. He's absolutely incredible. And the way I looked at it was, when we're talking about having a business strategy going forward, my business strategy is to build through my studs. Obviously, females make programs, and this is 100% true, but you also have to understand the market that you're in. And right now, selling puppies is extremely difficult. No matter if you have great dogs in a pedigree, no matter if you have certain dogs that are iconic, it doesn't matter now. People do not want to pay top dollar for a pup no more, and people, for quality, want to pay like $1,000, no more than that, for a high quality dog. The way you look at it, between the bills and funding for C-section, AIs, and these other elements, you really ain't making that much money in the current market. It's like kind of like inflation, kind of like what's happened with the real estate market, right? Homes, buying homes and flipping homes, and how super inflated everything is. Well, that has happened in the bully community. So I also have to take that into account. It is much easier to sell a stud semen than it is to sell a puppy in this market right now. So the way I look at it is, with Bodega being that he's line bred on tank with Samson up front, he exhibits these traits. He has a pedigree that now allows him to produce. Him and both Buddha, well, both him and Buddha. And I co-own Buddha. So this is more of a business strategy to keep us in it to where we can basically fund the dogs through our studs. So that will be the next plan of focus for us. Will we be running another breeding? I'm going to be 100% honest with you. As of right now, we will not be within the next year or so. We're looking to take a 1.5 year break, maybe 2 years. The reason for that is because we need this market to clear up, but most importantly, I have a newborn baby on the way, and I'm trying to be as present as I can as a dad in their life. Between him, my son Angel, the 3 dogs, a new puppy, man, I just really want to be present with my family, and that's what it comes down to, you know. When I look back at this journey, man, I used to get so excited to get in front of a camera and edit, create these videos with Ghost, create these videos with Chanel, and just be super duper creative. And I'm going to be 100% honest with you, man. This thing is just not enjoyable for me no more. Getting in front of a camera is just not enjoyable because it feels like it's extra time that I need to invest, and it's time that where I'm not living in the moment. I'm not enjoying my dogs. I'm not enjoying my kids. I'm not enjoying my family. That's how it feels. When I used to get in front of this camera, I used to film, this used to be so enjoyable for me. And it doesn't feel that way no more. You know, when I look back at how much work and how much energy I put into this, man, it's just, it didn't provide the fulfillment that I thought it was going to be. Now, part of that is due to, you know, a lot of responsibility goes into this that falls into my shoulder. When I think back to creating, videoing, editing, all the time that goes into that, while also training these dogs, socializing these dogs, taking care of them, spending time with them, spending time with my kids, taking them to the parks, doing all these things, and I got to worry about creating on top of that without having a videographer and an editor. That's where it comes down to. It's just not enjoyable. I'm not living in the moment anymore. I want to live in the moment and enjoy my kids and enjoy my dogs in real time. You guys have no idea how easy it was to be able to just to go up when I was younger, when we've had Ghost as a puppy, just take them somewhere and not have to worry about filming and getting all these other things in alignment. And it's just, like I said, I used to be so happy to get up and do this. And now I'm 3.5 years in, 4 years in, and it just feels like work. It never used to feel like work. It used to be, we're getting up, we're attacking this, you know, and it sucks, man, because I look back at how much energy I put into this, how much love I have for my dogs, and trust me, it's not the dogs. I love my dogs. I'm passionate about my dogs, man. I want to create the next wave of amazing American bullies, but in order for me to do that while also creating and having this big channel, man, I need to get back to where this is enjoyable for me. And right now, I am not enjoying this. This feels like a 9 to 5. This feels like a never-ending grind. Where right now, I'm basically making this video in front of you guys as a dude that's burnt out. You know when they tell you, you get to a point where you've grinded so much, you've worked so hard on something that you end up becoming burnt out? That's where I'm at right now. And when I think back at the memories I share with my son Angel, with the memories I would love to create with my son, my second son, Gio. And I look back at the memories that I've had with Ghost and Chanel. And I felt like, even though I was filming and I got them on camera, yeah, it's nice, we got them on camera, we get to relive them. But there's a difference between reliving them, like by rewatching them, and actually living it and enjoying it in real time without a camera being in front of it. And that's where I've went with my decision that I got to take some time off, man. Honestly, I don't know how long it's going to be, whether it's 2 months, 10 months, a year. I don't know, man. I just need some indefinite time off. to just find the love for creating content again, you know? Like I said, man, after this breeding, it really put a lot of things in perspective. The market, the amount of time that goes into this, understanding that I needed to have more help, understanding that I should have worked with someone else to at least have another person as a helping hand with this. It would have went a long way. And like I said, these are parts of growing up, and these are things that we're going to attack in the future. No, I'm not leaving. No, I am not stopping breeding. And no, I'm not leaving this game. I need some time to find the enjoyment in this again, because I'm not enjoying this. All this is, what it's been has been stress after stress after stress. I remember when it was a time where it was just love and passion for the dogs. I need to get back to that. I mean, I could go to a spot, take out the 360 sphere camera, I forget the name of it, and go and attach it to the backpack and just walk with the dogs, man, enjoy it, throw the ball around, man, and just be me. I don't have that right now, man. I don't have that. I need to get back to that. Getting the drone in the air and being excited to fly it around with the dogs. Like, I want to get back to that. Next, the Behind the Breeding podcast, you know, it is something that I'm still going to be doing. It is something that I'm still going to be creating and still setting up visits for. Well, not visits, but setting up appointments with other breeders. But I'm going to just get to the chase. First and foremost, why we haven't been producing new content for Behind the Breeding. Well, I have a son, and my son, unfortunately, threw the iPad and broke it. That's what I was using to run Behind the Breeding. I don't have that now. So I've unfortunately lost that, and that impacts me with creating first. So I've been staying stagnant because I don't have the equipment to do it until I fix the iPad. Now, the next thing with it, you have to understand how much time really goes into that. Yes, you see the video, you see the conversation, but it's the prep that goes into it. Me creating the introductions for those breeders, me creating the list of questions that I know will become very entertaining and provide high quality knowledge for all of you, the viewers. You gotta understand, and I really wish a lot of people understand this. Respect the process, respect the grind. Sometimes it takes me 3 to 4 hours to put those stuff together. And then to have collaborations that were supposed to go down, not go down. Because of whatever it is, maybe you don't respect my time. I'm not gonna say that, I'm not gonna sit here and rant on that, I'm not. Because obviously I'm a newer dude and I gotta earn that, right? So I get it. But man, respect the time. If I reached out to you to create and I put together a list of questions that I worked my tail off, and you just throw it to the side like it's nothing, I'm tired of that, man. You know, I've done way too much in this community. I felt like I've been so supportive of everything that I deserve a little bit more respect in getting people to say, you know what, I respect this time. I respect what he's doing. You know what, hey, listen, man, I can't do it on this day, but we can make it work for this day. Not draw it up to where it looks good or we're able to work together and then not show up and then say, oh, I can't do it now, then you don't ever respond to me. After I just took 4 to 5 hours of my time to do everything. And it's happened 3 times now. And like I said, man, I'm at that point where it's a combination of everything, bro. It's the lack of fulfillment, but it's also when you start seeing how it really is, you start noticing that, hey, listen, man, we got to do this specifically for the breed and move forward, but also understanding that there may be people that may not be happy with what you're doing, and there may be people that might have an issue with what you're doing. In the same token, it really doesn't matter to me. What matters to me is the breed. I'll just be honest. I'll keep it 100. That's all that really matters to me. And I thought I came up with something, and I'm pretty sure a lot of you would agree that it's really beneficial for this community. But you know what? At some point, I'm only one person, man. And sometimes in order for these collaborations to happen, it has to be 50-50. You know what I mean? Yes, I could extend the invite, but you have to also be willing to work with me too. It doesn't seem like I'm getting that. Now, listen, I get it. It is what it is. But to be honest with you, that's not the main reason why I am making this video. It's just, that's a little bit of it. It's mainly that I remember getting in front of a camera and creating cinematic content, being so thrilled to be able to create it and putting in the editing software. And all that time and energy that went for a better cause, what I thought was a better cause, turned out to be nothing. Now I get it. I've developed a little bit of a following. I've been very blessed by, like I said, my man is Jesus for allowing me to be able to convey messages to you guys through these dogs. But man, honestly, I'm at that point where I need to figure out what Jesus wants me to do. I need to figure out what God wants me to do. You know, I've dropped this scripture before. Give thanks in everything that you do. Give thanks to the Lord. And I look back at that, and I really mean that, man. Everything I want to do is with the Lord being first, regardless of what happens. You know, my videos and on social media get killed because I mention Bible scripture in what I do. But you guys have no idea. There's a bigger calling. There's a bigger thing in play than just these dogs. At the end of the day, what it comes down to, man, I love these dogs. I love all of you guys. But if I don't do my part on trying to save souls and refer them to the kingdom, get them into the kingdom, what am I doing this for? You get what I'm saying? That's going to sound crazy to y'all. Like, oh, he's bringing Bible and this. And that's what it is, man, because I rock with my boy Jesus. That's what it is. So I need to find myself, man. I need to take some time. I need to find myself. Like I said, I'm being raw and authentic with you guys. This is something that, I see no scripture, no nothing. I got nothing. I got no notes. This is just me coming off the top and just being honest with you guys, man. I'm burnt out, and I need some time to just find the enjoyment in everything again. Like I said, doesn't mean we're going anywhere. I am still going to be focusing, once I get the iPad, on filming episodes of Behind the Breeding. Hopefully, we get people that want to buy in more. If not, it is what it is. If we got to go local breeders first, we'll do that. So all it is about pushing this breed forward. But yeah, man, that's where I'm at. I need to sit down, really think about it, even speak with a financial advisor, and really see how we can make this thing pop when I return for content. I will be doing things to build the brand behind the scenes. Nothing that's probably going to be on camera. And yeah, I guess it sucks to say, but I'll be coming at you guys, I don't know when, with another video saying we're back. But as of right now, it sucks, but it's probably gonna be my last video for a long time. It is what it is. God works in mysterious ways, you know. You think about what he did, what he was able to do with Moses. You think how he took a man that committed murder and those other things, and he used them to free his people, you know, the Israelites. And I go back and I still refer to those scriptures, man. I think back to even Job, you know, how he was hit, how everything was taken from him, and he still praised the Lord, and he was blessed double in return. I look back at those scriptures, man, and I know God got me. He put this in my heart. He's led me this far. He's not going to walk me to what he won't walk me through. But right now, I need to get to a point where this is enjoyable for me. Getting in front of a camera, investing the time in editing and just filming the dogs and just being how it used to be. I don't have that no more, man. A lot of it's a combination of things, but yeah, man. Stay blessed, y'all. Have a blessed day, everybody. Don't forget to like, comment, and sub to the channel. Check off the bell notification icon to become part of the family. And bittersweet, I have to say this bittersweetly, even though that's not a word. Very bittersweet that this may be the last video for a long time. But I'm just forever grateful for all the support that I've gotten from you guys. Stay blessed, everybody, and we'll catch you somewhere in the future.